There we go, it's running. All right, what's going on, folks? It's me, Matt. I'm here with Davey and Matt, male nurse Matt, not a nurse at all, Davey. We are going to do some jiu-jitsu. We're going to do some submissions today and some responses to it and things like that. We're going to do an old favorite that I think I really fell in love with it when I was a blue belt. I used to use it a lot. Probably used it at the incorrect times, but got away with it back then. I stopped using it for a while because I used to still use it at incorrect moments, and it got shut down bad. But I've recently started thinking about it more, and ways to use it, and ways to make an attack, ways to change the position. All right, I hope this video is helpful for you all. So we're going to start with when someone's passing your guard, and it's that Kimura. We're not going to attack it from half guard. All right, I have a plethora of counters, and I'm sure just about any black belt worth their salt, and most purple belts worth their salt, will have a plethora of counters for you attacking that Kimura from half guard and things like that. I want to avoid those. I'm actually going to attack it once my guard's passed, but we're going to try and attack it on our terms. All right, so. How's the space look? Yeah, here we go. So, I think in other videos, I've shown how to control this top arm and stuff back to guard and how to regain our guard here. When someone's passing, I move around and I'll do tricks where I'm pushing the arm towards his body or I'm pulling his arm towards my body. All right, and the goal is to actually get control of his elbow. And I don't need to have the full Kimura on when I make this attack. I just need that type of Kimura pressure on his elbow. So I might start off protecting the pass by pinning his arm here. Keep going. Yeah, I'll just strip out. Davey needs to get this arm up around my collar or across my body to make this pass complete, right? So he has to make an effort. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep moving, but I'm going to start pulling myself toward Davey now. And now once I get my elbow over his elbow, I'm ready to attack. There's a cheesy wrist lock here that I don't think I'm going to be very successful with. Davey can start peeling away. Was that bad? Sorry. No. Davey can start peeling away. But you can still hit it. You keep the hand on the mat and you peel the elbow forward. Yeah. He's going to either give way or he's going to attack. More often than not, people give way. So again, remember, I'm pushing his body in. When his elbow starts trying to make it wide outside the framework of his body, that's when I start pulling myself in. I can pull myself in. My chest has to get to his elbow. Chest to elbow seal. My arm can go over, or I can just hang on. If he's got a I can just hang on. And now I'm going to move back one more time, and I'm going to try and duck my head underneath his hips. So I'm going to shrimp out this way. If Davey keeps moving, if he tries to stay still, so here's the decision matrix, right? If he tries to stay still, I can start trying to pull this arm out. Right? And I'm going to just keep my arm cupped here. If he tries to back up, that's where I duck my head under. And I'm going to pin his arm to his body. So once I've gotten here, my legs step, and I shove him over. I've got that arm. Now I can go right into Kimura attacks. I think in a previous video, we did a bunch of Kimura attacks from that side control position, so we're not going to go into all those finishes. But we're going to have fun making this attack, right? So remember, I'm going to start, back up 6 feet. We're going to start where I'm trying to push him away. I'm trying to push his top arm away. At the very most, I'm trying to push it toward my hips, towards his hips. Right, my hand's here, I'm on my shoulder. I'm shrimping. Every time I move, I'm lifting my big butt in the air, and I'm trying to push with my hips. I'm trying to get our bodies to head. Once he finally commits and starts trying to bring this arm around, I'm going to pull my chest to his elbow. Once I can see his elbow, that's when I want to make the attack. So as long as he's here and I'm able to pin his arm to his body, I can just stop the pass, and as he's trying to pass, I can keep shrimping away. Once he starts making the commitment to bring his elbow outside of the silhouette, that's when I'm going to make my attack. that's where I'm gonna hug the elbow. I'm gonna hug it like a fat kid pulling himself over a fence. I pull up, I get my chest on it. I'm hugging the elbow to my chest. I can thread my arm through. Don't bother trying to search for the wrist and grab it. Be happy with blocking the wrist with your forearm. And we'll do that again, obviously. Be happy with blocking the wrist with your forearm, and you can thread your arm to your biceps, almost like you're doing a rear naked. From there, you're gonna swing your butt out, push your head deep under the legs. We're gonna go right for the turnover, right off the rip. It's not always the best thing in the world to try as hard as you can to submit somebody off your back. If someone's on top of you, you gotta count on them being as good as you or better. So trying to submit them off your back isn't always helpful. So let's go into it again, Davey. Or Matt, you want to turn? Sure. We're gonna angle it a little bit more this way. So same deal, right? I'm here. See, Matt's trying to play he's playing slightly different than Davey. It doesn't matter though. His elbow's outside of his body, but he's keeping it tucked. So I can't peel him open. So same deal, I've got to start shrimping away. And I get close. So from my view, right now, his elbows are the silhouette of his body. It's going to be difficult for me to peel it out because he's got control of my hips. When his elbow comes outside of his knee, that's when I make my attack. Right? So when if he put his arm down, yeah, I'm going to go for it right away. I've got his elbow, now I start moving my butt back, and the turnover happens right away. That's just a talking too much cough, not a corona cough. When his knee's up like that, knee up, right here, I won't be able to break him open. So if he's still trying to move toward my head, I just keep pushing him in. I get that arm back across his waist. I don't know if it's visible from here. I get his arm back across his waist. I can start moving into guard again. Right? We talked about this in other videos. I can probably even start making triangle attacks. No one's going to let me pin their hand deep in his own pocket when he's trying to pass my guard. He's going to start trying to turn, put weight on his leg side head, get his head side hip heavy, and that's when I start making my Kimura attacks. Is that what you were feeling, Matt?
Yeah.
So we're here now. Yeah, well, here, that's fine. So I'm here. Once he starts trying to defend, and like, look, I'll give up my guard if I can get his hand across his waist. When he starts to try and come close to me, that's when I get close to him. I've made the grip. I've got my wrist blocking his hand. I'm not even holding his wrist with my bottom shoulder. Now the movement is this. If he makes any movement, leg side, I take the Kimura. I peel it out. I go for the reversal, or I'll trap a leg and try to finish the Kimura or wrist lock here. But I've got him in a real bad position. Go back. Use those abs, Matt. There you go. If he makes any move to protect his wrist and to stop me from pulling his arm out, go ahead. I move my hips out so I get my head deep underneath him. Now this hand, I'm just doing this. Picture, hold your arm there. I'm just doing this. I'm going to pull his shoulder down with my head side arm, my bottom side hand. I'm going to push his hips in the air. So as he tries to get heavy on his arm, I make it even heavier on his shoulder, and that's what turns him over. Let's move down here a little bit more. Oh man. So let's watch the end part. The backside view. So same deal. I'm blocking. If his leg's high, yeah, I'm gonna move so it's not the elbow's not in the silhouette, and I hug. Right? If he makes a move toward my legs, I peel him out. And if I can, I'll trap and guard or whatever. Or we're gonna all roll over together and we'll finish with me on top. I'm happy with the solution. It's a very stress-free solution once you get on top. So once I get control of this arm, if he makes any attempt to put weight towards my head, I move underneath him. Now my arm is pulling his shoulder into this hip socket. My right foot here is going to lever everything up and over. I turn him. My legs can swing in. I can start head scissoring. I can start getting up and making the ends. The finish is going to be up to you. What you feel is most economical and energy-wise, or what you like to do the most. But you're in a perfect position to finish from there. All right. Questions, boys? Let's see how long that took. Nice. That was 10 minutes. All right. So now we're going to work into